Thank you so much for coming in today,
Thanks.
and I'll be in contact with you.
Thank you, Mike.
No worries. So this is part B of the video. Hi, my name's Michael. I'm from White Tiger, as you guys should know.
Hi, Michael.
So I'm happy to be meeting with the board today to let you know about our progress with the Let's Give Youth a Fair Go collaboration that we've got going on. So pretty much, as you know, we're trying to get kids that have been in detention, trying to get the community attitude about them and employers' attitudes about them to a bit more accepting and willing to help. As you know, these kids don't necessarily, they're not bad kids yet. They're not ruined yet. We don't want to push them into a worse situation. We want to get them going into it. So I was just gonna let you know how the campaign's been going. But first I'll let you know how the actual campaign's been run. Like just a brief overview. So this is just a 6-week has been a 6-week pilot campaign funded by the community board, as you guys know, because you're the board. So this has been a 3-part campaign. We've had direct mail, where there's information about how kids, like what we can do to help kids get back into society so they're not criminals when they're older, so they're useful members of society. We've actually been having local talkback spots with people with testimonials that have gone through things like this, that can say, like, this is how my life has changed. And so that's one of the big parts. And third is a series of posters throughout the city and the local area with quotes on it, such as, I want a chance to work and be a good part of the community. As it shows like the personal side of these people who actually do want to be a part of the community. Now, we've had some surveys happen, so I can have this progress report and let you know how well this has been received.
Yep.
If you guys would like to hear that.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll try and keep this short and not so boring. So, so our volunteers have collected studies from a wide range of people from different bus stops around the community. They've been given a short survey to just answer a few things. The surveys were ran before the campaign and have been run at the end of the 6 weeks. So the actual findings that we've had is that there has been a big decline in the negative stigma about kids in the community, like from the bus stop surveys, which I think is amazing. It's shown that we've had some progress, that people are open to the thought that these kids have the right to have their thing on.
Their what, sorry?
Their life to move on and actually become active members of the society. And we've also had anonymous employer surveys with a varied amounts of businesses around the local area. Before the campaign, 1 in 7 had positive thoughts of kids, like would give kids a go that have had detention and previous issues. Now it's actually 1 in 3 after the campaign, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
So, and we also have found that those testimonials on the radio have been the most successful. There have been a lot of feedback saying that has been very, very successful. So that's the run out of the campaign so far. And is there any questions about any of the things that I have?
Yeah. So the direct mail.
Yeah.
Who sends in the mail? Who sends in the information?
We've got the volunteers. We've got a whole bunch of volunteers, which has been amazing because they've actually lowered our costs by a great amount, who are really keen on helping the community, who have been sending out the pamphlets.
Yeah.
They've been doing different areas, like holding out the pamphlets, giving them out.
Yeah.
So that's how we've been doing that.
Okay, yeah, and I guess, the real question is, why do you think funds should be allocated to the continuation of the program?
Well, I think the sheer fact that the progress that we've made in this short 6-week period on the community, like 1 in 7 to 1 in 3 difference,
Yeah.
is crazy. Like, I think that's almost double the amount of people that thought it, like the employers.
Yeah.
And the fact that the people at the bus stops, that's the community, and it's a very wide range. So it's different ages, different groups. All have had a large percentage of their have like less of them think negatively of kids who have been in detention so far.
Yeah.
So
do you think that rather than intervention, you
Well-
still think?
I just think that with our organisation,
Mhm.
I think that we're suited for this,
Mhm.
and I think that prevention is good. Like, prevention is great, but what about the kids who have already done this? That's just letting them out in the cold. You're
Yeah.
putting a section of the community who have had a rough trot, who have experienced rough things, not having the opportunity to go forward.
Yeah.
I think, if anything, we should do this, and also maybe down the track have an intervention, like a early intervention type thing going on.
So they work sort of coincide with each other,
Yeah,
work
but
in
I-
partnership with each other.
But I think at the moment, like bringing down the at-risk youth, who not at-risk youth, the youth that have already been doing this, if you lower them, there'll be like a less amount of kids doing crimes and being criminals, influencing the community.
Yeah.
And so, as a follow-on effect, I think it will actually lower the percentage of new kids doing crimes and
Okay.
such things.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
I'd like to tell you a few little facts that also
Yeah.
you might want to know. Is that we budgeted $10,000 this 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
With the help of the volunteers, it's actually only $8,500 we've spent, which I think is great.
Yeah.
And with those volunteers, a large majority of them have said that they are very excited with the idea of possibly continuing
Yeah.
on, which will keep the cost down, obviously. With support, young people will not like the ability of young people to reoffend,
Mm.
or the
The chance.
of
Sorry?
young people reoffending is greatly reduced.
Yeah.
And also think that working with youth, once they get 18, it's very hard to get these types of very intensive services working around them.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this will help my organisation help the kids.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a follow-on effect. It sounds a little bit selfish, but I think overall it is very helpful to the whole community as a whole.
Yeah.
And incarceration also costs so much more than services.
Yeah.
So I think it is.
Yeah, no, I see the point.
So I just think that would be a great thing. And have you got any further questions at all?
No, that's great. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, and I'd hope to hear from you guys soon on what we'll go forward with.
Thanks.
Thank you.